we can't be together. We don't have the right chemistry. Hello audience, so today we're going to be talking about all sorts of relationships between different states of matter, mainly gases. Now I only have a few minutes to explain everything, so I'm going to be talking very quickly, so please read these. These. First, compressibility is an inverse proportion between pressure and volume. This means that the more easily the volume of something can change, the easier it is for the thing to absorb pressure. The volume changes most easily in gases because their particles are very spread out and most of the time keep their distance from each other, much like Sydney and me. This is the reason that a gas inside of an aerosol can be fixed into a very highly pressured amount of gas compressed into a fixed or constant volume, but when the user opens a small hole, the gas decompresses and the volume increases rapidly, shooting out the gas. However, temperature has a directly proportional relationship with volume, which means the particles are heated up, which means they increase their energy and speed, and thus they have more force in their tiny little particle collisions with their container, which increases the volume. This explains the Kelvin scale for particle speed. For an example in the field, we go to our field guide.
Field guy here. A perfect example of the relationship between temperature and volume is probably right at your home. An iron fence. You see, heat often warps iron fences and other metals into a larger shape, because even particles of a solid will slightly expand and spread out when heated. However, this is a long and tedious process, but hey, we can wait.
Sorry, field dude, but we don't have time for that.
That's field guy?
So, as previously discussed, the relationship between pressure and temperature is also directly proportional. As the temperature is doubled, tripled, sextupled, whatever, so is the pressure being exerted, as long as the volume remains constant. A great example of this relationship is the cannon, which uses some chemical that can be very quickly ignited, causing an intense increase in pressure, shooting the cannonball out of the cannon, then very quickly burn out and cool down, much like the relationship between Sydney and me. Also like our weird current relationship is the relationship between pressure and volume, which is indirectly proportional. If the volume is doubled, then the pressure being exerted by the particles is cut in half. The absolute best applicable example of this relationship is when you have the incredibly rare chance to go incredibly deep in the sea, catch some fish that have adapted to their highly pressurized environment, and bring them to the very surface of the water. The gas bubbles in their tiny little fish bladders will expand to the point of explosion, rupturing their bladder and killing them. Science is intense.
Watch me whip. Kill it. Now watch me nay. Okay. Now watch me whip.
Wow, okay, so that was the allotted time, and the allotted time was not nearly enough time to explain all that. That was pretty rough.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. So speaking of pressure, high temperature, and relationships, I know you're all wondering about the current relationship between Sydney and me. Well, I'm happy to say it is completely non-existent. I've totally gotten over the breakup between me and her, completely forgotten about her. Her beautiful eyes and this is so much.
You want a tissue?
Just get out of the shot, Mom! Just get out of here! So anyways, I'm happy to say that I finally got over our breakup and have filled the empty chasm left in my heart with my new girlfriend, Jillian. Isn't that right, Jillian?
You are literally paying me to be here. I want to go home so badly.
Alright, Jillian. Alright. So that does it for this week's video. And by this week, I mean forever. Because I will never post a video on this account ever again. So until next week, this has been Grandeo with Chemistry. Yay!
Call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. And I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing.